Hello everybody and welcome to the finest and freshest football club TV show on the continent. It's episode number 21, season 1 of the KCCA FC TV show. And the highlights for this one, we have a guest on the show that is Peter Magambo, a player that has played for the KCCA FC junior team, now for the KCCA FC senior team. We caught up with him to tell us how he was able to balance football and education because he's a graduate in a course that he'll be telling us later on in the show. We have the fan zone where we have an interesting topic. We asked the fans to walk a mile in the gaffer's shoes. That is Mike Mutevi. We are going to be hearing from the opinions. We have a farewell message from a player that has played for KCCA FC for 7 years. 3 years in the junior team, 4 years in the KCCA FC senior team. He has a very powerful message for the stakeholder. We have a nice challenge. That is the squad number challenge on the show. Plenty of stuff on the show tonight. But hey, my name is Magero Moses Mwanje, and we are definitely walking this journey together. Now to start it off with the club news for this week, just a reminder, the KCCA FC away kit has been launched. That is the 2020-2021 away kit. Remember last week, the CEO was here to launch the KCCA FC home kit, the yellow kit, telling us the features, the story behind the jersey. That is the theme for the year being stadium development. And the away kit is not any different from the home kit because it also still has the features of the stadium development theme, that is for KCCA FC. And you can still get that jersey on the Safe Border app. Just log into Safe Border and then take all the necessary precautions before getting yourself that jersey. And also you can still get that jersey at the KCCA FC stadium at 35,000 shillings for the adults, 40,000 shillings for the kids because it's a shirt and a short for the kids. And the ladies, we have your jerseys this time in a very nice fashion. Please walk down to the KCCA FC stadium and get that jersey, both the away and the home kit. Very beautiful and amazing pieces, I should say. And that is all about the KCCA FC jerseys. Still speaking about the club news, that is KCCA FC this week. KCCA FC terminated the contract, that is the loan contract Kizza Mustafa had with KCCA FC. Remember, Kizza in July signed with Montreal Impact. An agreement was reached, and that meant that in December, Kizza Mustafa was to fly out to Canada to join his new team, that is Montreal Impact. But there was a clause in the contract that Montreal Impact can call this player anytime. That is if the restrictions with the air transport loosen up. And then the restrictions have loosened up. And as I speak right now, the player is in Canada, passed his medical this week. And that meant KCCA FC had to terminate, that is his loan contract that he had with the club until December. We wish Kizza Mustafa nothing but the very best at his new club. And we can only tell him that KCCA FC will always be home. Feel free to return when you want. Still speaking the club news from KCCA FC. Now this week, KCCA FC bid farewell to Amina Babide, a media officer that has served KCCA FC for quite some good years. And she has been serving as a photographer. And as I speak, Amina Babide is no longer a staff at KCCA FC. And the club had to bid her farewell, saying, thank you very much for the memories and the time you gave to KCCA FC and the services. And the club only wishes her nothing but the very best in her future endeavors. And still speaking about the media officer role at KCCA FC, we can confirm that KCCA FC has a new staff still in the media officer role, that is in the communications role. That is Mr. Robert Mulamule, who now replaces Amina Babide as the new media officer for KCCA FC. And we welcome him to the football club. The club has been here for 57 years. You can only increase on the success the club has attained, but not take away from what it has attained in the years. So welcome, Mr. Robert, and we know you'll have a very good time at KCCA FC. Now, still speaking about KCCA FC, now this week, KCCA FC took to banter, that is on Twitter, and welcomed the new club, that is Chitara Football Club, that was confirmed as the third club to join the Uganda Premier League for the 2020-2021 season, and said, just as you read on the tweet going on your screen, that welcome Chitara Football Club to the Uganda Premier League, and now we can confirm that we have you on the bucket list for KCCA FC. You can use that message in any way you want, but we can confirm that we really have them on our bucket list. Chitara Football Club, welcome to the Uganda Premier League. Now, still speaking about the club news, still at KCCA FC, we have a lot, guys. We have a lot. Now, this week, still COVID tests were taken. That is all, on the staff of KCFC, the players, and the backroom staff, and everyone around the football club. And I can confirm that the tests are back. The players are negative, the staff are negative, and they have vowed to continue maintaining the standard operating procedures that have been given by the Ministry of Health. And very soon, that is next week, the club will be back to full-time training. And that is for the players, and all the staff have been cautioned to continue maintaining the SOPs. And now the players at least can train, and we are really, really ready to go, because we are training for the Uganda Premier League, we are training for the Stanbic Uganda Cup, and the CAF qualifiers that we have that will be starting very soon. That's all about everything COVID, and I can confirm the players all tested negative. The training is going to be starting very soon. And finally, from the club, that is about the club news this week, that is last week on Sunday, the club had to come out and congratulate Mr. Jacob Kiplimo, who attained something very big for Uganda, that is winning the half marathon. And on Twitter, KCFC had to go and wish this player, congratulate him for attaining whatever he attained for Uganda, and also raising the banner and the flag for Uganda. Congratulations, Mr. Jacob Kiplimo. And Cheptegei also took part in that race. Thank you very much for Team Uganda that represented the Uganda in Poland. That's everything about the club news for this week. Now, all about the fan zone for this week, we asked a very interesting question to the fans of KCCFC and asked them to walk a mile in the Gaffer's shoes. That is, to name their best 11 that would start the 2020-2021 season for KCCFC. And the fans really gave their opinions because they've always been asking that, why isn't player B playing? Why isn't player X playing? Why isn't player Y playing? And now they had the chance to pick their best 11 that would start the 2020-2021 season. And this is what happened when you caught up with the fans on this.
Amanya gange nze Tebusweke Morris nga nviridde nkumba mu bitundu by'Entebbe.
Amanya gange nze Savuma David ndi muwagizi wa KCCA Lukulwe.
Na mchibero Faizo Stefano Lolo Mazengo.
Nesinga nze Mike Mutebi kusaawa eno first 11 yange gyensoka. Abazanyi nina bangi naye ndowooza first 11 nsooka na Charles Lukwago kuba ina experience ate ndoza tewali kipa musinga abasinga era namwe mba mukira babulabi. Then Obenchan, Achai, Levita, Gift Ali, Brian Ahebwa, aonendeta anaku naye mwizita subwa so kunkolera kyenjagala ate Juma Balinnya oyo ye abeera omukubbo kuba asooka kunkolera kyenjagala nti oba mutwe agukolera oba ki kyonna kyoyagala akikola ki akikolera. So kati awo noba nti Levita mu media awo ye mwekakasa nti akakkanya ekintu nakolera kyowulira nti kyokola ki kyoyagala. Then Gift Ali experience agiina bulungi akolera kyowulira nti ddala kyekyo nawe kenyini nokola ki nokkiriza. So kati Brian Ahebwa oyo engeri gyabadde mu mbalala muno experience agiina ate nti timu gyazzeemu agimanyi ate era agyagala. Then Juma Balinnya international yeyo esobola okumusobozesa okukola buli kimu nakukolera kyowulira nti ddala kyekyo. So kati mu first 11 awo ndaba nga abo baba bankolera bulungi nnyo nemba nti nsobola okufuna kyenjagala.
Netadde mbigere bya Mike Mutebi ndabe timu ki eyinza okuzannya onadde omupiira ogusooka kuli we gwali jegeno tandika omwezi ogujja. Etimu ng'agironda okusinziiranga ku formation era Mike Mutebi gy'atera okukozesa. Atera okukozesa badefender basatu, aba midfielder batano. Okay, atera okukozesa ba midfielder bangi, then strike omu. Nize nga kukyusamu nkozesa ba midfielder batano ne ba striker babiri. Nga mugolo nonda Charles Lukwago. Mu defense mulimu Levita, mulimu Iguma ne Magambo. Kati je Levita ngera ew'omulaba batera omuyita Van Dijk wa Uganda. Kati mumakati nja kusooka ne right winger nga ya Chai, then ne left winger nga ye Julius Poloto. Abazanyi babiri abo kyembaga kola kimbatade mwezo position nti no bubalaba nti no bwe mbeera nga muli out of possession Chai ne Poloto basobola okukomawo ne bayambako ba defender ate nga basobola n'okutambula bulungi in case etubanga tiimu eri mu kulumba. So Poloto mba kyemwagalako nti asobola okudda mu bigere bya Kizza eyagenze kula nti nateekawo crosses ngira webanga Kizza abadde aziteekawo kati nacha era mulungi era mpira ejjasembeyo yalabika nga mulungi nnyo ngira so akumuleka wabweru. Kata makati Kezron Kizito Giftali nanukani kaive na kuchoto na nteekawo Anaku ne Ahebwa.
I would wish we start with Vipers. That's something I'm dreaming of. I would wish we start with Vipers, and if we are to start with Vipers, I will use 4-4-2 as my formation. 4-4-2 will be my formation, whereby in goal I'll put Milus Ali. Why? Milusi, towards the end of last season, he proved that he's a giant. He proved that he's a lion among the flock of lioness. He is such a very good goalkeeper with game intelligence, good game reading. He communicates or commands the defense very well. So, if I'm to play Guma as my center back, I'll use Milus Ali as my goalkeeper. He doesn't make silly mistakes. He's always careful in goal. Number 2, I'm going to play Philbert Obenchan. We don't need to ask questions what Obenchan can bring on table. Number 3, I'll go with Kalanzi. We all know what Kalanzi can do. He has a lot of game intelligence. He was in Jammerberg. I used to follow him. Kalanzi will be my number 3 because at any particular time, Kalanzi is bringing a very dangerous cross into the box. Number 4 and 5, I'm playing Iguma Dennis and Kato Neymana Samuel. Why? Iguma, I think Iguma is is the best footballer in Uganda with a lot of game intelligence. Honestly, Uganda has been lacking such a defender, and at the time is here. Uganda is blessed with the revolution, with the regenesis, with the mutation, with the mitosis of a new defender. Honestly, Iguma, I call him the power horse. He is a food store in a mitochondria. At any particular time, Iguma is going to pick that store from the mitochondria and is going to deliver it on the pitch. So I'm going to play Iguma with Kato. Why Kato? Kato is young, he's hardworking, he is able to learn, and that's why I'm partnering him with what? With Dennis Iguma. Number 6, definitely, I wouldn't even need a decade to think. I just need a microsecond. That's none other than Gift Ali Abubakar. Why? Gift Ali is going to drift to get the ball. He drifts it from the defenders. He pushes it forward. He plays it with my number 8. He has the ability to shoot in cases of crisis. Number 8, I'm using Samson Chigozi. Why? He has that radiological eye. He has X-ray vision. He has strong binoculars. In number 8, he will cane at any particular time. He will cane that killer pass to reach the strikers. Number 10, I'm using Bright Anukani. I'm not going to say even much about Bright Anukani. He's a genius. Thank you. Number 11, I'm using Bukenya Kizza. If you have been a very good football analyst, that shirt 23, whom you will see next season on your screens, Bukenya Kizza, he can take on any defender. You bring those Salidi, he will make them to crave on the ground. They will yearn for water. I'm telling you. Bukenya Kizza is going to play 11. He can cut inside. He can score goals. He can do everything. He can make football speak. He commands the game. So Kizza is my number 11. Number 7, definitely, Juma Balinya. Why? What should I say about Juma Balinya? He will score. Thank you. Number 9, I'll use Sadata Anaku. He has the pace. He is young. And I need him for the future. So, with my midfield of Gift Ali Abubakar, Samson Chigozi, I will definitely use Sadat Anaku because he can take on defenders, he can score headers at any particular time, he can create assists, he can play as a second striker. So, I'll use Sadat Anaku as my number 11. So, in summary, my team is Milus Ali, Philbert Obenchan, Kalanzi, Dennis Iguma, Kato, Gift Ali, Samson Chigozi, Bright Anokani, Juma Balinya, Rashford, or Bukenya Kizza, and Sadata Anaku as my number 9. Definitely KCC is a team, or actually it is a cream de la cream. Even players on bench are good. At any particular time, I can bring any defender or any striker to fill in a certain position.
Well, guys, you've heard it from the fans, different opinions, just like we expected, because everyone has a different opinion. And now next time, when you're trying to ask the gaffer to field a certain player, kindly know that everyone has a different opinion, and that's why he's tasked as the manager of the club to pick the lineup and that will represent the football club in every game. But we'll still ask the fans to name their best 11s because it's the fan zone and it's their segment. And now we're going to be going to a break, and when we return, we have an amazing guest in the show tonight. That is a player at KCFC, Peter Magambo, telling us how he has been able to balance football and education. Interesting interview we had with him. Everything on the show tonight. Now, welcome back from that break. And just like we told you that this week we have a guest in studio. It's his first time to appear as a guest on this show, the KCCA TV show. He's a graduate and he has also played football for the KCCA junior team. Now for the KCCA senior team, he'll be telling us his story and basically how his football career has been up to this date. We'll have him introduce himself and we'll take it on from there. Sir.
Yeah, thanks, Magero. I'm Magambo Peter, a KCCA FC player. I play in defense.
Wow, that's wonderful. Peter Magambo, it's been 8 months since football was called off in Uganda, since March. It's now October. How has this time been like for you, the lockdown, even post-lockdown, this period? How has it been like for you as a player, plus probably your other fellow friends?
It was like a trying time. It was a trying moment. But initially, prior lockdown, we were given some fitness program by our fitness coach, Coach Badru, which I've been following strictly. And on several occasions, I've been giving him videos and monitoring me.
Wow. Is there anything you've learned from this time, the period, 8 months, no football? Anything you've learned from this time? And apart from the training you've been doing for the coaches, what have you learned during this period?
I've learned many things, but my biggest lesson is all about saving. Initially, we were not saving, but because of lockdown, the pandemic struck us hard. Okay. Some of us never had money, which we had saved to plan for our future. But because we have passed through it, now post-COVID, we have managed to start saving some money.
Wow, that's something really nice and I think quite important for any person in life to have any saving. Just like you say, you've learned that. We'll now take it back to your football journey. I understand you're a player that has played for the KCFC junior team. When did you join the KCFC junior team and why did you join the KCFC junior team?
I joined the KCCA junior team in 2015. Okay. The reason as to why I joined KCCA, because it is a strong team and the objectives, the goals and the objectives they had, that's why I joined the KCCA football team.
Wow. Did you, any fond memories you have for during the KCFC junior team time? Any fond memories you have as a player during this time?
The memories I have with the junior team is when we reached the finals with Vipers. Unfortunately, we lost the game, but it was a good game.
the game was lost on penalties or in normal time?
We lost in penalties.
Were you among the people that missed the penalty?
No, I never took one.
All right. Maybe if you had taken a penalty, the team would have won.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. And then live from the junior team and now to the senior team. When did you get promoted to the KCFC senior team?
Immediately after the finals, the coach told me you should start training with the senior team, and I accepted. Tomorrow, very early in the morning, I was at the pitch.
Okay, that was in 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Wow, so you joined the KCFC senior team in 2015. Wow, it's been close to 5 years. Did you immediately play or you had to wait on for some time?
I had to wait because I had to go to school. By then I was in Form 6.
So do you remember the game you played your debut in? Which game was that? I mean, when you got the chance, you waited for how long, first of all?
I waited for like 2 years to make my debut.
That was 2015 and 16.
Then in 17.
Oh, so 17 is when you made your KCFC debut. Against which team?
Against JMC. I remember it was at Kakindu Stadium.
Okay.
We won the game 1-0, courtesy of Selunkuma.
1-0. So you played as a defender and you kept a clean sheet on your debut. That must really be amazing. Any good memories you've had in your 4 years journey? That is 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 years in the senior team. That is for KCCFC. Your best memories, I mean, during this time, and probably how has the journey been?
My best memories. The best memory was when we won the double.
That was in 2018.
2016-2017 season. Then the other best moment was in Kigali, Rwanda, when we won the Sekafa.
Okay.
And my personal best is when I scored El Hahari in Alexandria.
Wow, that was in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, and it was my debut.
You were making your debut actually in that game?
Yeah.
Wow. First of all, how did you feel when you scored against Al Ahly away in Alexandria? And it was a powerful header on your debut. How did you feel as a person? What did this moment bring to you as a player?
It brings memories. It brings memories back. And I think I'll never forget that memory forever in my life.
Why will you never forget that memory?
Because I was making my debut. Scoring a debut, it's an occasion that you can never forget.
Against a team like Al Ahly.
And again, it's a strong, a strong team.
Away in Egypt.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And then, now speaking about your KCFC senior team journey, how has life been like? You said you joined the team in 2015 because you used to train with players like Kizza, the defenders at the time, Awani, Habib Kavuma, and others. How has this journey been like, and what did you learn from some of these experienced players?
I've learned a lot. Actually, I've learned a lot. The likes of Kizza, the likes of Awani, Habib Kavuma, the likes of Captain Okot, Ola. I really learned a lot from them. But most especially it was Kizza, because I always told him that this is my first moment, this is my first time to play in the defense. And he told me, you know what, you should always consult me. I'm going to help you out.
Okay. So initially, which position were you playing? Saying it was your first time to play in the defense. What were you playing as in the junior team?
Initially, I was playing in the holding midfield role.
Number 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So when do you make the move to change? Did you change yourself or the coaches told you that probably?
Actually, Coach Mike told me, you know what, you can play in defense because I have the likes of Martin Impuga, the likes of Awani, and you are tall. If I can use you in the defense, it will be an advantage for me.
So what is the worst moment ever in this jersey, the KCFC jersey, the yellow and blue? What is your worst moment ever in life?
Actually, my worst moment was in Toro, when we lost in the Uganda Cup.
That was last year in 2019?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had just played Hotoho and we are knocked out. Then we went to Toro, again we are knocked out. Now things moved from bad to worse.
Should have been a very bad week, I should say.
Yeah, it was.
Getting out of the CAF Confederations Cup that year, last year in 2019, getting out of the Uganda Cup in a space of just 4 days.
It was a space of 2 days, actually.
Wow. Yeah. How did you feel as a player at the time? And how did you probably bounce back from this?
It was a trying moment.
Okay.
That's not was a trying moment. But the coaches always told us, you just stick to the thing. We have a championship to defend. Yeah.
And I remember the team went on to defend the championship that year. Wow. So Peter, we'll be now talking about the biggest point or topic for the night, and that is how you've been able to balance school and football. I understand you graduate in, kindly tell us what course you did and also from which university.
I majored in Bachelor of Real Estate Business Management at Makerere University Business School.
So what does a real estate business manager do?
Actually, a real estate business manager can manage property, can be a negotiator between a buyer and the seller on issues concerning property or selling of land or buying of houses. Yeah, a business property manager can as well value land if only he has a master's in valuation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hope to do a master's in the future to be able to value land?
Yeah.
Okay, that's after you're done with football or even during
when
this
I'm
time?
done with football. Right now I'm only concentrating on football.
Okay. When did you graduate?
It was in 2020, January 16, 2020.
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
Before the pandemic?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you graduate on time? Did you have any dead years within that time?
No.
Okay. So the footballer out there wants to know, how have you been able to balance football and education? Because you finished school, that is high school, you joined the university, finished the degree in the available time it should have been completed. First of all, when did you make the decision that now you wanted to take on school and balance it with football?
Actually, since childhood, I always wanted to be a graduate, and I'm pretty sure I fulfilled my dream. Even though I still have some other dreams that I have to conquer, involving studies, which is a master's and probably a PhD.
Wow. Yeah. So you hope to do the things you said after football?
After football.
Wow. So any challenges you had during your time in school? First of all, how were you able to convince the coaches that you do both? Because I know the football club supports you to study and also play football. How were you able to convince them that you would handle both?
In 2016, when I had applied for a place at MOOBS, I informed the coach and the coach was okay with it. Then he asked me, how are you going to manage to balance between books and football? And I was like, we shall see.
So Peter, who is your best player at KCCA FC?
My best player is Gift Ali.
Wow. Everyone that comes on this show, the players I've hosted have said Gift Ali is their best player. Why?
Because last season I think he played a better game
than most of you?
Than most of us.
Okay. You feel he was player of the season for KCFC on your behalf?
He was the player of the season.
Wow. So finally, Peter, you're going to look into that camera and kindly advise or motivate that player out there who thinks probably someone cannot play football and at the same time probably study or take up education. Tell them the benefits of both and how can they be able to go about that as we wind up.
For someone who wants to be like me, you should love what you do. And I think you should seek some advice from your coaches because you never knew football can end at any moment. You have to have a backup plan for the future.
Wow, that has been Peter Magambo, a defender at KCCFC, former player in the KCCFC junior team, and he's a graduate that is in real estate business management. He just graduated this year in 2020, that is at MOOBS, and a very phenomenal player, has big plans going forward, that is for KCCFC. And we'll have him more and more on this show, and we'll have more guests on this show. Now we'll be going to a break, but before we go into a break, we'll leave you with the 90 seconds of still a defender that made his debut for KCCFC with Peter Magambo last year in the Sekafa. Favorite number?
2.
Favorite letter of the alphabet?
K.
Favorite color?
Black.
Favorite designer?
Adidas.
Role model?
Na Sergio Ramos.
Favorite car?
Porsche car.
Dream destination?
Seychelles.
Favorite music?
Dancehall.
Best musician?
Eddie Kenzo.
Best footballer?
Virgil van Dijk.
Best player you've played with?
John Revita, of course.
Best game you played?
Azam in Sekafa Kagame Cup, my debut game.
Worst game you played?
Parado versus KCCA CAF Champions League away.
Favorite food?
Irish and liver.
Jeans or sweatpants?
Jeans, of course.
Small cars or big cars?
Big cars.
Moccasins or gentle shoes?
None.
Shirts or t-shirts?
T-shirts.
Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Name you give to your son?
Samuel.
Name you give to your daughter?
Winnie.
Trip to a desert or trip to Iceland?
Trip to Iceland.
PES or FIFA?
FIFA.
Saturday night at the bar or Saturday night with the boys playing?
Saturday night with boys playing FIFA. Yep.
Now welcome back from that break, and just like we told you, we have a farewell message for a player that has played for KCCA FC for 7 years. 3 years in the KCCA FC junior team, 4 years in the KCCA FC senior team. He flew out last week to Quebec, Canada, that is in the Major League Soccer, where he's going to join Montreal Impact. As I tell you, he has passed his medical, and very, very soon he will be able to play for his new team, that is Montreal Impact. He sent out a very powerful message to the stakeholder, everyone that is a faithful to KCCA FC, and this is what Kizza Mustafa had to say when we caught up with him.
Yeah, it's been a great pleasure and great honor for me to play for this big club. Yeah, I want to thank all the stakeholders, my teammates and all the coaches for all these 7 years. I want to thank every coach who I've passed through. I want to thank them for the opportunity they gave me to play for this big club. Yeah, I'm so happy I played to the best team in Uganda. So far, it's been a great pleasure and honor to play for this big team in Uganda. So I came here as a young boy, now I'm living as a man. I'm so happy, and I thank all the coaches for the opportunity they gave me, and I thank all the stakeholders and everyone at the club, the fans. Yeah, so as a young boy, I always wanted to play for KCCA club because it's the club I support. Yeah, so it was my dream to play for this big team. Yeah, and it finally came true. I won many trophies with the team. Yeah, so my dream came true. Yeah. Yeah, so the best moment at the club is the time we qualified for the CAF Champions League, and the other moment, the one we won the Sekafa tournament. Yeah, so those were my best moments because at first, in both trophies, no one believed in us. Yeah, so qualifying the CAF Champions League group stages, so no one believed in us. They thought that we couldn't qualify because we were playing against big team, St. George, because they've been there for they were there for a long period of time. They were playing that tournament for a good time. So we came, we challenged them, and yeah, it was a young team. My worst moment was against Otoho at home. Yeah, so it was a big game. So we were going to qualify. It was a do or die game. So I got injured in the warm-up. Yeah, so I felt so bad. I couldn't help my team in any way. Yeah. Yeah, so the coaches helped me a lot to improve in each and every part, because they were pushing me each and every day. You know, as a young player, I came from the junior side, so it was their job to push me, and me myself, I had to push myself because I always believed in myself that I can make it at any. As any other player, so far I'm working hard to see that I give my all to see that I get a starting place in my new team, Montreal, and so I'm working hard to see that I make it and I become one of the great players, yeah, in that team or in my country. So yeah, that's it. So to all the youngsters and all the upcoming players, The only message I can give you is don't give up. Just stay focused on what you do what you know best, and always focus, pray hard. Yeah, everything will be in a straight line. My final message to the KCCA stakeholders, fans, and KCCA at large, I want to thank you for all these 7 years I've been with you. So, and I'm so grateful for the way you've treated me as a young boy, and now I came here as a young boy, now I'm living as a man. So you made my dream come true when I started playing for this team, and it has always been an honor. It's a great honor for me, and I'm so happy for this. I want to thank you for everything you've been doing for me, and thank you so much. Goodbye. Yeah, so KCCA is my home, so in case any time or in future, maybe I'll come back and be with the boys, yeah, whoever who will be here. Yeah, KCCA is my home, and whenever I have the opportunity to come, I'll be able to come and see the boys, and yeah, you never know, it's where I might even retire, yeah, because it's my home and I have it in my heart.
Well, guys, you've heard it. That is Kizza Mustafa. Just like I told you, 7 years playing for KCFC, 3 years junior team, 4 years KCFC senior team, and also a national team player in the Uganda Cranes. We wish him everything the best at his new home, and we know that KCCFC will always be home. Please represent us quite well, Mr. Kizza Mustafa, and enjoy your time in Canada. That is in the Major League Soccer for your new team, Montreal Impact. Now, speaking about everything KCCFC TV, now this week we had something called the Squad Number Challenge. Now, you know, KCCFC recently released a 30-man squad. That is the players and the numbers they will use for the 2020-2021 season. Now, we tried to check and see if the staff and fans at the football club really know these players. You know, you might know the players in a sequence of 1 to 30, but do you know the players when you're randomly asked these numbers? It is really a very nice challenge. You're going to really enjoy this one because we caught up with everyone, the gaffer, the CEO, everyone at the football club, the staff, and some of the fans. Have a look. Number 29.
Matov.
Number 28.
Obenchan.
Number 18.
Luanga Neema.
Number 26. Number 27.
Kalanzi Moses.
Number 11.
Samson Chigozi.
Number 4.
Musala Madani.
Number 13.
Magambo.
Number 21.
Senyonjo.
Number 5.
Levita.
Number 27.
Kalanze.
Number 22.
PJ.
Number 18. Number 8.
Ayela.
Number 16.
Achai.
Number 19. Number 29.
Madogo.
Number 12.
Kaoya.
Number 2.
Musa. No.
Number 15.
Musa.
Number 15.
Mogome.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Mazengo.
Number 28.
Obenchan.
Number 11.
Chigozi Samson.
Number 22. Number 26. Number 3. Number 5.
Vita.
Number 18. Number 14. Number 21.
Senyonjo.
Number 18. Number 14.
Anaku Sadat.
Number 4.
Musa Ramadan.
Number 23.
Musa.
Number 29.
Pass.
Number 7.
Gift Ali.
Number 19.
Sereda.
Number 11.
Number 11.
Number 17.
Kezro.
Number 23.
Mukenya Joseph.
Number 14.
Anaku.
Number 29.
Matovu.
Number 12.
Kawe Andrew.
Number 20.
Anukani.
Number 26.
Aliro.
Number 4.
Musa.
Number 9.
Ahego.
Number 21.
Senyonjo.
Number 16.
Achaya. 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 Achaya.
Number 1.
Where is
Number 22. Number 10.
Wait, I saw
Number 29. Number 26.
Aliro.
Number 25.
Pass.
Number 12. Number 5.
Provita.
Number 2.
Mustafa.
Number 14.
OG. OG. OG.
Number 3.
Musa.
Number 27.
Aliro.
Number 17.
Right.
Number 16.
Pass.
Number 22.
Follow.
Number 19.
OD.
Number 29.
Matufu Hassan.
Number 24.
Kwagu Charles.
Number 20.
Raita Mkani.
Number 13.
Magambo Peter.
Number 12. Number 27. Number 26. Number 4.
Musa Ramadan.
Number 17.
Kezro.
Number 4.
Ramadan.
Number 21.
Pass.
Number 27.
Pass.
Number 26.
Aliro.
Number 8.
Pass.
Number 12.
Kenya.
Number 6.
Oh, Mazengo.
Number 10.
Balinya.
Number 5.
Provita.
24.
Mikog.
14.
Anaku.
21. 19.
19 is Sarah.
28.
28 is Obecha.
27.
27. Kalanzi.
4.
Musa.
Number 5.
Vita.
Number 17. Number 29.
Dancing Rasta.
Number 15.
Mugume.
Number 3.
Musana.
Number 18. Number 20.
Anukani.
21.
Senyonjo.
7.
Gigi.
29.
Matovu.
26.
Aliro.
4.
Musa.
Number 26.
Aliro.
Number 17.
Kezro.
Number 15. Number 9.
Ahego.
Number 22.
Oloto.
Number 13. Number 18. Number 27.
Pass.
Well, guys, awesome challenge. We are going to be coming now to the fans and everyone that is faithful to KCFC to see, do you know your players quite well, especially the new players. And we've also had some changes in the squad numbers. Please make sure you know the players because this challenge is going to come to everybody that is faithful to KCCFC. Now, guys, that's been it for this show. Remember, you can also get this show on the KCFC YouTube. That is tomorrow, Monday. Check out everything that you've missed or you probably want to see again on the KCFC TV show. And not to forget, for this week's show, we had a powerful farewell message from one of our players, former player, that is Kizza Mustafa, who has joined Montreal Impact in Quebec. And he had a very powerful message to all the faithfuls of KCCFC, thanking them for for the 7 years he spent at the football club. We had a guest on the show, that is Peter Magambo, a player that has played for KCCA FC for quite some time. He's a graduate in real estate business management, that is at MUBS, and he has a very, very big future because he knows that after football, he will be able to practice the course that he studied for. Very big message for the football out there who thinks that probably it's hard to balance football and education. For the fans on this week, we told the fan to walk a mile in the gaffer's shoes, that is Mike Mutebi, and asked them if they were the coach for the first game for the 2020-2021 season, what would be their lineup like? Different opinions from the fans, and that shows that next time when you try to tell the coach on which player to choose, know that everyone has a different opinion, and it's only important that we respect the coach's opinion. We had club news on the show tonight, and you can also follow KCCFC on social media, that is at KCCFC on Twitter, at KCCFC on Instagram, KCCFC on Facebook, and KCCFC on YouTube, where you can watch this show tomorrow on Monday. Episode 22 will even be hotter. A reminder, please go to the stadium tomorrow, that is KCCFC Stadium, and buy that jersey, 35,000 shillings for the adults, 40,000 shillings for the kids, and also the ladies. We have your jerseys this time around. My name is Magero Moses Mwanje. Good night.